Good morning, students. Today we will discuss the topics of transformer, which is related to chapter number 3. Subject is basic electrical engineering, which currently running in first year. Now, the what is transformer? We know that transformer is a static device. Static means it is a stationary device, that is not movable machine. The word transformer comes from the word transform. Transformer is a static device which is used to convert electrical energy from one electrical circuit to another electrical circuit through electromagnetic field without changing the frequency. It can be either to step up transformer or step down transformer. In step up transformer, the voltage of primary side is low and the voltage of secondary side is higher. And in step down transformer, the voltage of primary side is higher than the secondary winding of transformer. Now the working of the transformer, the main principle of operation of transformer is mutual inductance between two circuits which is linked by a common magnetic field flux. A basic transformer consists of two coils that are electrically separated and inductive but are magnetically linked through a path of reluctance. The working principle of the transformer can be understood from the uh, this figure. In this figure, that is the primary winding and that is the secondary winding. That is the mutually flux link within the secondary winding, and that is the laminated core of the transformer. In this primary winding, we provide the supply, and in secondary winding, we conduct the load. As shown above, the transformer has primary and secondary winding. The core lamination are joined in form of strips. In between the strips, you can see that there are some narrow gaps right through the cross section of the core. These staggered joints are said to be imbricated. Both coils have high mutual inductance. A mutual electromotive force is induced in the transformer from the alternating flux that is set up in laminated core. Due to the coil that is connected to a source of alternating voltage, most of the alternating flux developed by this coil is linked with the other coil and thus produce the mutual induced electromotive force. The so produced electromotive force can be explained with the help of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction as E equal to m multiplied by di upon dt. If the second coil circuit is closed, a current flow in it and thus electrical energy is transferred magnetically from the first to the second coil. The alternating current supply is given to the first coil and hence it can be called as primary winding. The energy is drawn out from the second coil and thus can be called as a secondary winding. That is the working of the transformer. Now the transformer construction, for a simple construction of transformer is that you must need two coils having mutual inductance and a laminated steel core. The two coils are insulated from each other and from the steel core. The device will also need some suitable container for the assembled core and winding. A medium with which the core and its winding form its container can be insulated. Next is that in order to insulate and to bring out the terminals of the winding from the tank, APT bushings that are made from either porcelain or capacitor type must be used. In all the transformers that are used commercially, the core is made out of transformer sheet steel laminations assembled to provide a continuous magnetic path with minimum of air gap included. Now the steel should have high permeability and low hysteresis loss. For this to happen, the steel should be made of high silicon content and must also be heat treated. By effectively laminating the core, the eddy current losses can be reduced. The lamination can be done with the help of a light coat of core plate, varnish or lay an oxide layer on the surface. For a frequency of 50 Hz, the thickness of lamination varies from 0.355 mm to 0.5550 mm for a frequency of 25 Hz. Now the classification of transformer, we can classify the transformer according to phase, core and cooling system. For the phase, transformer are single phase and three phase. According to core, transformer are two types. First is core type transformer, second is shell type transformer. As per cooling system, transformer are first is self cooled, second is air cooled, and last one is oil cooled. Now the transformer classified as per core. For core type transformer, in core type transformer, the windings are given to a considerable part of the core. The coil used for this transformer are form wound and are of cylindrical type. Such a type of transformer can be applicable for small size and large size transformer. In a small size transformer, the core will be rectangular in shape and the coils used for cylindrical. The figure below show the large size type. You can see that the round or cylindrical coils are wound in such a way as to fit our core section. In the case of particular cylindrical coils, they have a fair advantage of having good mechanical strength. In the core transformer, the cylindrical coils will have different layers and each layer will be insulated from the other with the help of materials like paper, cloth, and so on. The general arrangement of core type transformer with respect to the core is shown in figure. That is the core type transformer. In core type transformer, low voltage winding and high voltage winding. We does the low voltage winding near the core and high voltage winding near the low voltage winding. We done the low voltage winding near the core due to the reduce of eddy current losses. That is the low voltage insulation, that is the high voltage insulation. And this disk is show low voltage winding and this disk is show high voltage winding, and that is a laminated core of core type transformer. Now the shell type transformer, in shell type transformers are core surrounds a considerable portion of the winding. The comparison is shown in figure. That is the shell type transformer, that is the core type transformer. In shell type transformer, we divided the core into parts. uh, Now the half flux is shown in this core and half flux is shown in this core. That is the output side VB and that is the input side. We provide the supply in this winding is primary side and we connect the load in the secondary side. In the shell type transformer, the coils are form wound but are multi-layer disc type, usually wound in the form of pancakes. Paper is used to insulate the different layers of the multi-layer disc. The whole winding consists of discs stacked with insulation space between the coils. These insulation space form the horizontal cooling and insulating ducts. Such a transformer may have the shape of a simple rectangle or may also have a distributed form. Both designs are shown figure below. There is a single phase transformer we discuss further. N1 is the number of turn in primary side. E is the primary EMF in the primary winding. V1 is the primary voltage. I1 is the primary current. N2 is the number of turn in secondary winding. I2 is the current in secondary winding. E2 is the EMF in primary secondary winding. V2 is the voltage in secondary winding. Load is connected in the secondary winding. In single phase transformer, two or more winding we are used, that is coupled via common magnetic core. Now we discuss about ideal transformer. An ideal transformer is a transformer which has no losses. That is, its winding has no ohmic resistance, no magnetic leakage, and therefore no I square R, that is copper loss and core losses. However, it is impossible to realize such a transformer in practice. Yet the approximate characteristics of ideal transformer will be used in characteristics practical transformer. That is, the V1 is the primary voltage, V2 secondary voltage, E1 equal to primary induced voltage, E2 secondary induced voltage, and ratio, N1 ratio, and to that the transformer ratio. Yeah, we can also say that it a turn ratio also. Now the transformer efficiency, to check the performance of the device by comparing the output with respect to the input. The higher the efficiency, the better the system. And it is defined as also the output upon input of the transformer. It is called the efficiency. The formula of efficiency of transformer is that the output power upon input power into 100%. We can show that efficiency in percentage also. We can express the efficiency from the formula is that P out upon P out plus P losses multiplied by 100%, and P out equal to V2 I2 cos theta upon V2 I2 cos theta plus PC plus PCU. PC is the core loss and PCU is equal to copper loss into 100%. Now the efficiency at full load equal to VA cos theta upon VA cos theta plus PC plus PCU into 100%. And the efficiency at no load, and n into VA cos theta upon n into VA cos theta plus PC plus n square PCU into 100%. Where PC equal to PSC and PC equal to POC, we can denote it as that. Where if 50% load, hence efficiency equal to 50%. If load is 1 by 4, then the efficiency equal to 1 by 4. At 90% of full load, efficiency 0.9. Now the transformer losses, generally there are two types of transformer losses. First is iron losses occur in the core parameters, and second is copper losses, which is occur in winding resistance. We can denote the iron losses equal to P iron equal to PC equal to IC the whole square multiplied by RC equal to P open circuit. For copper losses, the formula is that the P copper equal to PCU equal to I1 square into R1 plus I2 square into R2 equal to P. Or if referred, PCU equal to I1 square R01 equal to I2 square R02 for both winding resistance. Thank you.